back, everyone. Are you ready? Today we're going to be doing the last part of a special pet. We're finally going to find out if Christine gets an unusual pet. Are you excited? I can't wait. So I'm going to go get my book and get ready, and I think you should join me. So we're looking at page 12. That's right. We're going to look at the picture and see what we can find out. Are there any hints to the page? Are you looking? What can you see? Well, I can see Christine, and looks like she's walking up the stairs, and she's looking at someone. Who is that someone? It's her mother, and her mother is opening the door, and Christine looks like she wants to talk to her. She wants to say something. I wonder why she is taking the stairs. Why is she walking up the stairs to see her mother? I think we're going to have to read to find out. Do you remember what we did last time? Do you remember what happened in the story? Do you remember that Christine had gone to the zoo to see the Komodo dragon? Right, she was so excited about that. So, if you can remember what happened last time, now we're going to read what happens this time and see how they come together. You ready? Okay. Let's read page 12.
Page 12. Christine nods her head.
Yes, they are,
she thinks. She runs back to her apartment as fast as she can. The elevator is broken, so she must climb the stairs. Finally, she tells her mother about lizards.
Komodo dragons are very interesting. I think they look like dinosaurs. Can I have a lizard?
She asks.
So, why is Christine going up the stairs? Well, because the elevator is broken. Do you know what an elevator is? Well, an elevator is very interesting. You press a button, you walk inside, and then it can either take you down or it can take you up. It's really great. So you don't have to walk the stairs and get so tired. It takes you there itself. It lifts you up. So it's kind of fun if you live in an apartment building. And remember, Christine lives in an apartment building, so she doesn't want to walk all the way up all the time. She wants to take an elevator to go up. Unfortunately, the elevator is broken, so she can't use it. Now remember, she was at the zoo, and she's really excited. So what does she do? That's right, she runs back to her apartment, and she climbs the stairs. And I bet she was climbing those stairs really fast. When she gets to her apartment, she asks her mother something. What does she say? She says, "Can I have a lizard?" Do you remember? A Komodo dragon is a lizard. So that's why she says, "Can I have a lizard?" She also thinks that Komodo dragons are interesting. And she thinks that they look like dinosaurs. Before we remember that Christine really wanted a dinosaur. She loves them. Do you remember? Okay, what do you think her mother is going to say? I don't know. A lizard is very interesting. Okay, why don't we look at page 13 and see what kind of hints are on the page. What can you see on the page? Well, it looks pretty interesting. There are many things. Ooh, climbing. I see long tongues. What are they? Are they animals? Well, I think that they're lizards. So that's a reptile. Remember we learned last time that lizards are reptiles. Did you go to the library like I said that you should? Well, I learned that reptiles are very interesting. They have cold blood. How many lizards can you see on the page? How many are there? There are 2 at the top and then 3 more at the bottom. They look like they're having fun. They look like maybe they're climbing and playing. Where do you think they are? Are they outside? I think they are. But I can also see a fence. Can you see the fence at the bottom of the page? There are lines there. I think that's a fence. And a fence is also like a cage. And where can we see animals in a cage? Do you remember? That's right, at a zoo. So I think these are Komodo dragons at the zoo. I wonder why we're looking at this picture. Is Christine at the zoo? No, she isn't. She ran home. She wanted to talk to her mother. Well, we're going to have to read page 13 to find out why there is a picture of the Komodo dragons at the zoo. Are you ready? Okay.
Page 13. Komodo dragons are very special. There are only a few left on Earth. They must live in special places like the zoo. A zoo helps the lizards. The zoo gives the lizards special food. It gives the lizards a special home because lizards like hot places, says her mother.
Oh,
says Christine.
We just read that Komodo dragons are special. Now, who is talking? It's Christine's mother. Christine's mother is talking to her and is telling her that Komodo dragons are special. There are not many in the world. So maybe at one time there were, so many, but now there are probably this many. Well, not really, but she's saying that there's not many, so we have to keep them at the zoo. Yes. And they stay at the zoo so they can eat special food. Komodo dragons also like to have a special home that is hot. They like when the temperature is hot. So at the zoo, they can have a really great home that's hot with special food, which is really good for them. Now, there aren't many, so we have to keep them safe. That's one of the great things about a zoo is they keep animals safe. Okay, did Christine know that? So she says at the end, oh, I think maybe she was sad. So why did we see a picture of the Komodo dragons? Well, her mother was talking about the Komodo dragons at the zoo and why they needed to stay at the zoo and why Christine can't have them as a pet. Oh, isn't that sad? Lizards, the Komodo dragon lizards need to stay at the zoo. Christine can't have a Komodo dragon as a pet. How would you feel if you were Christine? What's going to happen next? Let's look at page 14 together. Let's look at the picture. Are you ready? I see some smiley faces. Are you looking at the photo? Look at Christine. I think her face is very happy. Yes, her eyes are sparkling. She has a big smile. And what about her mother? What is her mother doing? Well, she's talking, and she also has a book in her hand. She seems to be telling Christine something. What is that in the middle? Do you know what that is? It kind of looks like a Komodo dragon, but not like it exactly. Strange. What do you think it is? Well, it's green, but it's a lighter green than the Komodo dragon. It has a long tail and 4 legs. And what is it in? It looks like a glass box. Can you see that? I want to know what type of animal this is. Do you think it's a reptile as well? I think it is. I think that it might be a lizard. Well, why don't we read and find out? So page 14 is divided into 2 parts. We're going to have to read the first part to find out what this is. Okay? Let's go.
Page 14. The next day, Christine is in her room reading a book about goldfish. Goldfish live in water in a fish tank. You cannot touch or play with a goldfish. They are not interesting. She wants a dinosaur. She hears her mother calling her name.
Christine's mother had told her that Komodo dragons were very special. I think that made Christine sad. We just read that Christine is now in her bedroom and she's reading. What is she reading about? Well, she's reading about goldfish. Do you know about goldfish? They're very small fish, and you can keep them in a fish tank, which is a glass box, or sometimes it's a bowl. Very interesting for some people, but is it interesting for Christine? Do you remember that Christine wants an unusual pet? She wants something different. So she's looking at the book and she's reading about goldfish, but really she wants a dinosaur. That's right. She wants a dinosaur. But wait, what is that sound? That is Christine's mother calling out to her. I think something exciting is going to happen. So let's read the second part and find out what.
Christine! Christine, come here! I have a surprise for you, her mother says. Christine goes to the living room and sees a glass box. In the box, something is moving very slowly. It is small and green. Christine moves closer. It has red eyes and a long tail. It's a dinosaur, a small dinosaur.
Can you hear Christine's mom calling out to her? Christine, Christine! She tells Christine to come here, and Christine goes to see her mom. Remember, she's not very happy, but then all of a sudden, when she goes into the living room, she sees something. What does she see? Well, she sees that glass box, and she sees something in the box, and it has a long tail. It's moving slowly. It has red eyes. What is it? Well, Christine, she thinks that it's a dinosaur. She's thinking in her head, wow, it's a small dinosaur. Is it a dinosaur? Do you know? Okay, well, how about we read on page 15 and find out? I think I know the answer. Do you? I've divided page 15 into two parts, and we're going to read the first part.
Page 15. This is an iguana, says her mother. And here is a book about your new pet. I think it looks like a dinosaur, don't you?
Yes,
says Christine. She has a big smile on her face.
It's an iguana! Were you surprised when you heard them say it? Have you ever heard the word iguana before? It's a very strange word and strange word to read, but it's an iguana. Christine thinks it looks like a dinosaur. Christine's mother thinks it looks like a dinosaur. Do you think it looks like a dinosaur? I think maybe a little bit. It kind of looks at it like a dinosaur. So Christine has a big smile on her face. She's happy. She has a iguana. Does Christine know about iguanas? I don't think so. Let's read more and find out what Christine does with the iguana.
it's a dinosaur. This is the very best present. I have a pet, an unusual pet,
she says. The lady at the pet store says that iguanas like to eat cucumbers, says her mother.
Cucumbers? I'll buy it all the cucumbers it can eat,
says Christine.
It's a dinosaur. It's an iguana. It's a unusual present. It's an unusual pet. Finally, Christine has a unusual pet. She has a special pet. She has a pet that's not like anybody else's. It's not a dog. It's not a cat. It's different. I think that's fantastic. Christine must be so happy. This is the best present ever. She's so happy. Did you read that? Christine is so happy. It's the best present. Now, does she know about iguanas? No, she hasn't read a book about iguanas. So her mother tells her that iguanas like cucumbers, very delicious. She asked the woman at the pet store, what iguanas like to eat. And the woman has said, cucumbers. So Christine is going to give her new unusual pet, cucumbers. All the cucumbers it can eat because she's so happy to have this pet. Wow, finally it has happened. She has a special pet. Let's look at page 16 because we're not finished yet. We still have more to read. Let's look at the picture together. Last page, everyone. And what can we see on the picture? Well, if we look closely, we can see many things. We see Christine. She's lying on the bed and she is reading. Oh, Christine loves to read and she's reading some more. She's in her bedroom. And what is next to her? Well, can you see it over there? That's her new pet. It's her iguana. And we can see many pictures at the top, but I don't think that's what Christine is thinking about. I think she's thinking about what she's reading. I wonder what she's reading. Do you know what it is? Let's read page 16 to find out.
Page 16. Christine takes her new pet and the book to her room. She looks at her pet and smiles. Then she opens her book to learn about iguanas.
An iguana is a tropical lizard,
reads Christine.
Christine has taken her new pet into her bedroom along with the book all about iguanas. So she's reading about them. She wants to learn about her new pet. I think she's so happy. In it, she finds out that iguanas are a tropical lizard. So happy for Christine. Are you happy for her?
Stop and pop.
Do you remember how it started out, this book? That she didn't have any brothers or sisters, her best friend was far away, and she wanted someone to play with. She wanted an unusual pet. She thought about a beaver. She thought about a penguin. She thought about a koala bear. She couldn't have any of those as a pet. She even goes to the library. Christine was really thinking hard about a special pet. And now she has one. That's so great. How about you? Would you like to have a pet? Do you have one now? Do you play with your pet? I don't have a pet, but I think I would really like to have one. I have to go home now and think about which one would be great for me. I wonder, should I get a beaver? I don't think so, because I've learned a lot from this book. So I would like for you to read ahead for our next book. And our next book is The Star of Africa. Very interesting title, isn't it? A lot of things going on in the cover. So, can you read page 1 to 4? Sure you can. You can do that. Also, I would like you to do the pages in your workbook that we've just read today. Make sure to check your tape so you can check to see if your answers are good. Well, I had fun, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!